Hi, I'm Bonnie Spindler and I'm here with the American Dream. Today we are going to do a living glossary in the Victoriana style. Let's start inside and see what we've got. So when Victoria's style left London and went to New York and then to San Francisco, San Franciscans made it their own. The shipbuilding business went kaput because they started making ships out of metal. And so there were a lot of out-of-work shipbuilders. So instead, they started plying their trade to the interiors and exteriors of these houses. One of the things that they would do is create fanciful moldings and trims. This is a bracket. They could be made out of wood or plaster or stone. This is called fretwork, and it can go inside of a staircase, inside a window, inside between two doors, and it's just made to look fancy and complicated. Another signature of the Victorian is art glass or stained glass windows, and some of them could be 1.5 stories or 2 stories high in a staircase. They could be at entrances, bedrooms, transoms. They had textures like ferns and little jewels that put rainbows all over the inside of the house. They were used anywhere where someone might want privacy, but you still wanted natural light. They brought the color inside to make the houses seem warmer and fancier, while the outsides were just plain white or gray. So we have a lot to talk about on this particular building. When the Victorians were originally built, they were lit with gaslight. It was quite lovely, beautiful, flickering, warm light. And then as electricity was improved, it was added to the houses. The Victorians were all about technology and adapting to the most current, up-to-date technological advances, and electric lights were one of them. If you look at the front of this house, you'll see that it has a turret. The difference between a tower and a turret is the turret starts halfway up the building and goes up, and the tower starts at the foundation and goes all the way up. Here we can see a turret that is multi-sided and it's open. It has a balcony, which could also be called a widow's walk, because women would wait for their seamen to come home when they were sailing out at sea, and they would watch for the sails on the horizon. You can also see at the top of this one, there's a finial. Sometimes there'll be a lightning rod and other times a finial, and that's like the exclamation point for the turret. On this particular witch's cap, we have shingles, fish scales, and they look just like that, fish scales. And above that, we have the lightning rod. This lightning rod is of a witch, which is appropriate for on top of the witch's cap. So this pad I'm standing on is encaustic tile. It's unglazed, and it was made popular by the Prince of Wales. This is an acanthus leaf, and you will see the acanthus leaf used throughout Victorians. It was used in Greek, Roman, Byzantine architecture, and was picked up by the Victorians, and it was used everywhere from these columns that you see here and in the door that you see here. Another item out here is faux bois. It's not marble, but it's made to look like marble. And you'll see trompe-l'oeil and faux bois painting throughout Victorian homes. A lot of the Victorian architecture was made to copy European castles, but we don't have that kind of stone here. And so the rusticated stucco is cut and made to look like stone. And most Victorians have them around their bases, their staircases, and their foundations. If you'd like to know more about Victorian terms or Victorian history or culture, check out my website, bonniespindler.com. Thank you so much for joining me again this month. This is The American Dream, and I'm Bonnie Spindler, the Victorian Specialist.